Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bridget Dana, and before we dive into today's topic, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the new subscribers on my channel. This channel is growing at the speed of light, for which I'm ever so grateful. If you have not subscribed yet, or you are not watching my videos, it seems you are missing out on valuable information and tools to help you cope with narcissistic abuse. So please, if you do find this information helpful, please share my videos and let's get the word out on how we are going to cope with the narcissists in our lives. Today's topic of conversation is going to be overt narcissism. On my previous video, I talked about covert narcissism, and as you could gather, that the covert narcissist is the hidden narcissist. It's not so easy to identify them as narcissists, but the overt narcissists are more in your face. They like the fame, they like the glory, they are loud. They need everything to revolve around them. When they enter a room, you will immediately notice and hear this person. So I'm by no means saying that everybody who's famous or everybody who's loud is an overt narcissist, but it's just something to keep in the back of your mind to help you identify which type of narcissist you are personally dealing with. So let's dig in. As always, I have my notes with me. So if I look away from the camera, I am just reading off my notes so that we can get accurate information across. Confidence, charm, and charisma are qualities that we all admire. But what happens when these traits are taken to the extreme and at the expense of other people? Let's explore overt narcissism, which is also known as grandiose narcissism, where the line between self-confidence and self-importance is blurred. So a healthy dose of self-confidence is good, but these people take it to the extreme. They live for the spotlight. Their exaggerated sense of self-importance and inflated view of their own abilities, talents, and achievements are pretty striking. They will exaggerate their talents and their achievements. They might even lie or deceive people, saying that they have received the following awards or they have studied in the following fields, and meanwhile that they have not. But they don't hide their overinflated sense of self-importance. They openly, genuinely believe that they deserve special treatment, and they're not afraid to let you know, and you better give it to them. In social settings, overt narcissists will often dominate conversations. As mentioned, these are the ones that are loud. They always bring the focus back to themselves. They are always talking about themselves, their achievements, or their opinions. And they love being the center of attention. They might have a natural ability to draw people in with their charm and assertiveness, but here's the catch. After a while, their lack of genuine interest in others becomes pretty clear. They don't let you get in a word edgewise. They don't ask, how are you doing? Or they might ask how you are doing, and then without you even replying, continue the conversation all about themselves. Overt narcissists are skilled at using their charm to get what they want. But the conversations and the relationships often feel one-sided. Have you ever been around someone who only talks about themselves, barely letting you get a word in? This is a key sign of overt narcissism. Their desire for admiration and validation is relentless, and their grandiose self-image needs constant feeding. Now let's take a look at how this narcissist presents in a professional setting. Overt narcissists can climb the ladder of success quickly. Their confidence and assertiveness often get them into positions of power, but there's a downside to this. Their leadership style tends to lack empathy and consideration for others. As they pursue their own success, colleagues may feel undervalued or even exploited. They will not hesitate to trample over people to get to the top, and they will have no remorse for doing that either. So the employees or the fellow employees of the overt narcissist could feel disrespected and very underappreciated. Overt narcissists are also extremely competitive. They are driven by a desire to outshine everyone around them. And in some cases, they might resort to unethical behavior to maintain their status. Sabotage, manipulation, and taking credit for others' work aren't off the table for someone with grandiose narcissistic traits. And don't even try to give them constructive criticism. As with the covert narcissist, they cannot take criticism at all. Especially if it challenges their authority or questions any of their abilities. They will react with anger, hostility, or defensiveness, seeing the criticism as a personal attack. This inability to accept feedback really holds them back in the long run. But here's something that might surprise you. Despite their outward confidence, overt narcissists, as is the case with covert narcissists, are often hiding deep-seated insecurities. Their grandiose behavior is actually a defense mechanism to make up for the severe lack of self-worth and self-esteem. And that is why they rely on constant validation for others. When their sense of superiority is threatened, they lash out. It's a way to protect the vulnerable inner self. But it is not a healthy coping mechanism because it is done at the expense of other people. So what happens when the grandiosity doesn't get them the response that they want? Overt narcissists might experience bouts of anger, frustration, or even rage, lashing out at those who don't give them the admiration that they believe they deserve. Over time, their inability to form genuine friendships and relationships leaves them isolated as people begin to see through the charm and self-assurance, and this is usually when they move on to different victims. So they change jobs or they move houses, from one area to the next area so that they can do anything to maintain their overt narcissistic feed. At the end of the day, overt narcissism is more than just confidence. It's an exaggerated sense of self-importance, a need for constant admiration, and an inability to form genuine connections. On the surface, they may appear successful and charismatic, but the truth is, their grandiose self-image is built on a foundation of insecurity and a desperate need for external validation. So the question is, how do you protect yourself when you are dealing with an overt narcissist? First of all, don't play their games. Do not give them any validation, even if they ask you. Point blank, do you not think that I did a wonderful thing, or do you not think I'm good at this? Don't give them any answer in that direction, because then it gives them the key to continue to manipulate you. So the more you try to satisfy them, the more you will be left feeling drained. And also don't engage in their games. If they are very competitive with you, then just back down and don't engage. Refuse to play along so that you can maintain your emotional well-being. Finally, understanding overt narcissism is the key to protecting yourself from the manipulation, the constant need for attention, and the toxic behaviors that come with it. It is a vicious cycle, and it will definitely be at your expense. While these individuals may seem confident and successful, their grandiosity often hides a fragile self-esteem that depends on others to keep it intact. And that is all that I have for you today on overt narcissism. This video isn't as long as the previous one. As you can see, when you watch the previous one, there are definite similarities. In other words, the mask of narcissism that they wear is a cover for their fragile self-esteem. And the more they do these acts of display and get attention on themselves, the more they feel better about themselves. But it is very short-lived because, as we all know, outside validation is not the key to inner happiness. So thank you for watching. Once again, if you do find this content helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.